So when you're recording a new file, a new song with Logic Pro, you have, let's see, call new. I'm going to close the file that I have. I'm going to save it. I'm going to record an empty project. You present it with how many tracks you want. For the sake of argument, we can type 8 tracks. We'll make them multi-timbral and we'll make them software instrument. Well, you don't have to. I'll create them. Boom. There they are. I like to keep 8 because I like to keep my options open. If you want to go ahead and add more tracks, you can just press this plus sign right here. Boom. It asks you what. Right now, I'm just going to keep it on software instruments. You can also add audio instruments. And I should say I'm recording with Logic 8, Logic Pro 8. It's the same as Logic Pro 9, except for Logic Pro 9 uses, you can use 64-bit, whatever, and also it has more stuff for their guitars, whatever. I'm a keyboard player, so I don't really care. You can use, the concept works for everything else too, for all the other recording softwares out there. There's way too many ways to skin the same cat. I happen to like Logic Pro better. Down here, you have your settings, EQ, your inserts, your sends. And right here on the I/O, that's where you're gonna have your plugins, you know. So I'm just gonna bring in, usually I start a song. If I have a song idea and I already know what rhythm I want, I'll just go ahead and call up some drums. I prefer to use stuff from Stylus RMX. Is a plugin that there are videos out there for this. It's a really cool plugin. It's expensive, but in itself is an 8-track recorder, kind of like a down here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different loops that you can have going on at the same time. This is not part of Logic, but I'm just gonna use it because that's how I work. So if you press the, I'm gonna bring in track number 1, just rhythm. I'm gonna call the just something. I like that. I guess I'm gonna bring down the time. To 110. All right, let's use that. So the way I do that is I grab here in the MIDI file. Now, Stylus RMX uses samples from real drums. So I'm just gonna grab here and I'm gonna bring this file and I'm gonna drag it to right here. And there it is. Play. I hit my space bar right now to play it. Here I'm gonna loop it. Right here you can loop the way it plays. Right? Now if you wanna loop the actual drums, you can do them when you hold it to your edge. You see that there's the loop sign. I can go ahead and drag it if you want. I personally, you know, and it'll, when you mix down, it'll, I like to edit these things and make variations of it. And this is exactly how I do it. I'm gonna go ahead though right now and go to number 2 right here. And just for the sake of argument, I'm gonna bring under the group elements, I'll bring cowbell. Let's see. That sounds good. I'll bring it up, I'll put it right on top of it. All right. And this one is less. So I'm gonna hold my option key and I'm going to drag it. The Option key will copy the file. Option key and drag. Now I have it in the whole. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to undo that. And I'm just going to double click on the cowbell. There it is. The piano roll is open. You have different views here. You got your mixer view, your sample editor. I don't have any audio there, so it's not showing me anything. The piano roll, which is what I want. You can even have score and the hyper editor. I'm going to go to the piano roll. And I want to show you something because you can edit these things. Let's say that I want 2/16 notes here. I can go ahead and 2/8 notes. That's what I meant. And I can Alt Option drag. It copies the note right here. Now I have 2 notes there. Beautiful. So that's how you can edit all these real samples and stuff. I can go ahead and click right here so I see my representation of the drums. So you see right here. So I'm going to take this one out. Delete. I'm going to take this one out. So I end up with and I'm gonna give it right here a little option drag this right here. I'm gonna option drag this right here. I don't like that cowbell there, so I gotta get to it. I'm gonna delete it. And I'll option drag. A little variation here. Go back to the same pattern. I'll add that cowbell again. But this time what I'm going to do with the cowbell is I'm going to tune it because I don't like that it's so high. I'm going to bring my, with the number 2 selected, I'm going to close this and check it out. I can tune it. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to record a song in, I don't know, in G. I'm going to stop this. Oh, right here, spacebar to stop. I'm going to load a Rhodes right here. Again, I go to IO. And this Rhodes is not bad. This one comes with I'm gonna try to get a note from close enough for rock and roll. I'm gonna go to the mixer right here, bring this down a little bit. And I can even get some effects. Let's give it some delay. Let's go to that. And so now I'm gonna option drag this to make the whole loop. As you can see, I can run up to 8 different. I click right here to get my Stylus RMX back. And I'm gonna add another one right here. I gotta go back to, how do I go back to edit? I'm gonna load up my group elements. I'm gonna load up some shakers or something. Like it. I'm gonna option drag this to again. No need to edit those. I'm gonna stop this right here. I'm playing from here. Go to my mixer. Bring the shaker up a lot. I want it more in front, so I'm gonna put a compressor, a vintage compressor. I have no idea what I just did, but that sounds good. Oh, it's got a percussion. Alright, let's go to the mixer. And I'm going to pan this a little bit. Pan the cowbell. Bring the cowbell down a little. That's pretty much it. Now at this point I can... I gotta be careful with how I do this sometimes. The zoom is sensitive in my mouse. So at this point, here's the zooming. I can grab this and merge it. Here's the merge button. Boom, merge. Let's say I want to use this all the time. Now I can go ahead and option copy all of this. And we have a pretty decent loop going on right now. Let's hear it. I'm gonna go to track 3 to load up some sort of bass. I'm just gonna use the bass from everything that have like that. I normally would use a bass from a different plugin, but I'm gonna go ahead and use something, load this sampler and call up for a bass here. Legacy instruments, synth bass. Let's see what this sounds like. Right. I don't know. My MIDI keyboard freaked out on me. I still want something a little better than that. Let me try. Let's use now. Yeah, I like that. Alright, let's try that. See what that does, okay? So I'm gonna press R for record. There we go, we have our loop. I can go ahead and select all this right here. I can just drag, select all my notes, go to here, go to, let's see, 16th note, and quantize. Boom, there it is, quantize. If I go to my mixer, I have both my tracks going right here. Now I'm going to go to my piano and bring something out. So that works. Well, it doesn't seem to be working. So see, now I come up with a riff where I want to go at the end. So I'm just going to re-record the bass. So I'm going to keep that. I go back to my piano. I'll do a little rehearsal. pretty much now all we can do is just keep building on it. I mean, I can just bring another track over here and bring some sort of, I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna stay in the plugins other than the drums and the plugins that come with the Logic. Let's see, pop strings. Let's bring. Let's see what this sounds like. Sounds like everything but strings. Let's use it anyway. Wow. Let's bring. Let's see. Let's see. We'll do the change rather. Take 24. So we take that and we can go ahead again here and then just quantize this. Command A, select all of this, make sure that this pane is selected, click on the pane, Command A, quantize, boom, there. And I can mix this, I can give it a little bit of a reverb or modulation or whatever I want. That's pretty much how you use Logic. You can do the same thing in other ones. I happen to like Logic. Let me bring this down so you can hear me better. And it keeps like that, and you keep building your rhythm. You can change you can edit any note, and I did everything inside of the computer. So I hope this helps anybody. Now, if I was ready to sing something at this point, I can go ahead and press play, ask for an audio track, either mono or stereo, create it, there it is, I arm it, plug in a microphone on my thing and start singing, and it'll record it. This was just like a sort of a brief doing it from scratch. I hope it was helpful. Thank you.